I know this has been a long time coming. I'm so sorry it's taken so long to get here to show you guys what we did. It's been almost a year, and you'll see why. I know I've shared bits and pieces of this along the way, so if you've heard it before, bear with me because some people haven't. I'd like to start out, of course, always saying thank you so much to all of you that have prayed for me and prayed for our missions. It is the most important part because without prayer, we can't do anything. Absolutely nothing.
Amen.
And I thank you for those who have supported because without that we can't go. And I also always tell you, and I will repeat it again, that as in the Bible, David told them, those that stay by the stuff, they get the blessing too. It's not me that's just blessed. We're all blessed because you've all participated in this even though you didn't go. Although once you walk out that door, you all know you are in your mission field. Once you step out of that bed in the morning, you are in your mission field. Because especially if you still have kids at home, you're definitely in your mission field. We know this, right? I just had to, yesterday I was at my grandson's twins' birthday, and the younger ones just turned 18, and they're seniors in high school, and the Holy Spirit has just knocked these guys over. They're so on fire for the Lord, and really seeing the fruit of witnessing to their friends over the last so many years, and now more kids are going with them to worship and stuff. And so yeah, it's just so encouraging to me because, you know, our kids and grandkids, we pour into them, and it's so nice to see some fruit, you know, from them.
Amen.
So, okay, we'll start with Kenya. I took 2 trips this past year, Kenya and Brazil. As we finish each section, if you have questions, please feel free. You know, it's always a give and take thing. Okay? So we'll start with King's Kids Village. That's our longest partner that we've partnered with since 2005. We have about 48 kids, almost at all times. You can go to the next. Okay, okay, so stop there. Yeah, so we have about, no, go back. Going too fast. Go back. There, okay, yeah, just stop there for a second. Okay, so I have about 48 kids. And I think you remember last year I said all the laws have changed in Kenya, and so you know they want these kids adopted and fostered within hopefully 3 years. So we have, when I was there this past year, we have fostered and or adopted over half of the kids, which is a miracle in itself. And Trey and Lydia, who are directors there, are working with other churches, trying to go to Christians First, to do trainings with them on adoption and fostering, and you know, to keep it within God's community as much as possible. So, of course, so once those kids go, you get, you know, there's always more kids all the time. Okay, so if you can see on the right-hand side of that picture, it's not the greatest picture. So this is the entrance to KKV, but you do see those kind of plant bush things on the right-hand side there?
Yeah.
That's cow food. So we now have 4 cows. Oh, and so our kids have milk. All milk. But we didn't at this time have room to keep them there yet. So another orphanage that's down the road, they had the room, so they're keeping them there, and we're providing the food for our cows and their cows, and we get the milk. So yeah, we're working together, you know, like we're doing here in East Rochester, Make Us One, Christians working together. It's such a testimony. Okay, honey, you can go next. Okay, so I was there for 3 months, and around a month and a half in, we had a tornado. Tornadoes are not usual to Kenya, and it was very bizarre. It was one of the scariest things I've been through, and as you can see, so we have 5 acres at KKV, and it really hit us hard, wood-wise. But however, my house, the director's house, except for a little bit on the outside, the kids' home, the transitional kids home, and the school never got hit. I mean, it came through. But we probably have enough wood. I mean, you could hear a saw going for like 2 weeks. We probably have enough wood to last the millennium. And we were actually able to share wood with other people because we do a lot of cooking outside still. Even though we are 2/3 solar now, which is huge. So we have our own water, our own wells, and we are 2/3 solar now. So interestingly, the building next to where my little house is one of the original buildings when we got the property, and it was demolished. And so we had our contractor come in and to see what was going to take, but he goes, the foundation was still good, so it just had to be rebuilt. So 2 days after the tornado, a humongous tree you can see on the right just fell right over. And come to find out, it's one of the best wood for building that there is. So we're going to use that wood to rebuild building. The Lord always supplies, right? Amen. Okay, you could go to the next one. So there's Crazy Liddy on the left, who just was getting ready to have number 6, which he did have a beautiful boy. So as you can see, those are our sweet potatoes. Wow. I know, they're huge, because we do farming God's way, and God blesses that. So we had, right before the tornado, we had harvested a lot of stuff. So thank God we didn't lose a whole lot. We did lose some stuff, but it can be replanted. And and on the right, it was the end of the term, and the kids, they all memorized a lot of word. It's a Christian school, of course. And they memorized a lot of word, and they were performing for us at their little closing ceremony. So those are the kids in our elementary school. Okay. Okay, so that's Mama Tabitha. We call her Mama Tabi on the left-hand side there, and me on the right. I spent a lot of time with the kids, and it's 4 apartments, and up to 12 kids in each apartment, and siblings stay together. Yeah. It's one of the fewest fewest orphanages I've ever been to that siblings stay together. We try to make it as family orientated as possible. We try to get couples to commit to 5 years, and if not, we have aunties, but Tabitha's been there since the beginning. And so I go in and I have devotions with the kids, or we have dinner. We do all kinds of things, and then at least one time when I'm there, we do ice cream in the Uno, as you know. And ice cream is very expensive, and since COVID, it's hugely expensive, super expensive. But the kids love it, and they know they can talk to me because it's just me and them. And it's a good time to kind of counsel because they can talk to me about anything. And the teens do talk about anything. What do you want to tell you? Okay, next. Those are our cows. Those are our cows at the other orphanage. And yeah, they seem to be happy. Okay. Okay, that is, so we harvested some, I think it was beans, I can't even really remember what it was. And then so in between, so I work in the morning with the, when I'm there, I work in the morning with the special ed kids because reading is my specialty. And I do reading with them. And then whenever any teacher has a break or whatever, we all go out and do, harvest whatever we can or help out in the shambas whenever we can. Okay, so any questions on Kenya? No? Okay. All right, so this is what Pastor Jean was talking about, the soccer program with Coach Alex. So a little backstory, I got to tell on you, Tony. So the little backstory is, not this time, but the time before that when I went, my friend Selim introduced me to Tony and his wife Beatrice, because I wanted to do evangelism. And so this time when I went, I looked for them and I couldn't find them. I didn't know that Tony was here in Elam. So he was here and I was there. So she introduced me to Coach Alex, who has taken over for the previous coach, who's also now in the States. And we have approximately 50 kids that come, boys and about 5 or 6 girls that come every Saturday for soccer. And like we said, we're going to try to expand that a little bit more to basketball because some of the kids want to learn that. Okay, you can go to the next one. Okay, that's Benjamin. This is a boy that my friend Darlene and I support for school. And he's telling his testimony, how he got saved and stuff. It was just incredible. It was really awesome. Next. Okay, that's us on a Saturday morning. I don't even know if you can see Alex in there. He's in there somewhere. And so the interesting thing is, so we partner with them when I go, but I also partner with them on Saturdays for because the kids come and a lot of them haven't eaten all day. And they're in the sun, they're playing soccer and stuff. So I support them and I get them bananas, juice, and biscuits, and little cookies, something for them to have, so they don't pass out. So, yes, so we, also, they get some word time. So before we even go out into the soccer field, they get some word time. Or somebody shares a testimony. I shared my salvation testimony with them. And we have people coming in, professionals, like that have Christian guys that maybe have a business or they do something, you know. And they share with the kids what they do. And then if any of the older kids and the teens are interested in that field and want to learn more about it, they can then come in contact with this person and then go and shadow them or meet with them and stuff. So really try and encourage the kids that you can have a life, you know. I mean, it's a developing country, which means they're going forward. They're trying to, do better. Okay. Talos Women's Conference. So this was a new place for me. I've been partnering with Mama Florence for a couple of years now to feed the kids. We have about 90 kids that come on church mornings. And that's Mama Florence. She's another mama at KKV. And she asked if I would come and speak. I went with her to Tala. It's about 3 hours from Nairobi. And the pastor had told them that they were going to have a guest. And could somebody, can you invite a person to come with you? So 10 women from their church came, and we had 70 women.
Oh, wow.
70.
Nice.
And I prayed for 50 of them. It was interesting. It was very interesting. It was just a wonderful conference, and it was really great. So that was on the weekend, and then Sunday, you can go to the next one, we had church, and so I got to, okay. That's some of them at the conference. Okay, next. Okay, so on the right-hand side there, you can see cups. So, we have like 90 kids, and we're giving them, it's kind of like suji, but it's kind of like a more liquidy form of cream of wheat. We give them that, and we give them a butter sandwich, basically. It's with some kind of like a margarine kind of thing in between. We give them that. So, but we get through half the kids and there's no more cups. So they have to wait, go wash the cups, and then come back and give them to the rest of the kids. So we went out and got cups so everybody can eat all at the same time. So it was cool. Okay, next. Okay, there's us serving the kids. Okay, so Mama Florence's mom and dad, when they passed, she inherited their house and their land. And one thing, when I was praying for these women, a lot of them had the same symptoms. Legs ache, and this aches, and bending and stuff, and it was kind of all the same, and it was like, did you guys memorize this or something? So I was asking them why, I was asking the pastor's wife and Mama Florence, what's going on? They don't have any water. They might have one cup of water in the morning for tea, and that's it. That's the only water they drink all day. So they're not having enough water. But we found out that on this land, there's good water. So eventually, we would like to put in a borehole, a well, and would serve the whole village. But for starters, we put in a new, this isn't the new one, but we put in a new steel door in the front and the back. And so we're start fixing up the house, because in a few years when Mama Florence retires, she wants to start taking kids in and making it kind of like a small children's home. Okay. Okay, so we went to a school in Nairobi. It's a government school, And you can still talk about Jesus in a government school there, which was so nice. So we did, okay, can you go to the next one? Okay, so there's 400 kids at this school. And it's really sad because the government pockets a lot of money. So the conditions there are not good at all. But we did the, okay, next one? Let's see. Yeah, so we did the story with the pencil, eraser, and sharpener. You can do the whole salvation message with that. And then each kid, we went to each class, and each child got a packet of pencil, eraser, and sharpener. And most of these kids have never even owned their own sharpener, ever. So this was like gold to them, you know? And we got to pray with them and talk with them. But, and we prayed for salvation. It was really cool to see some of the Muslim kids actually raise their hands and pray for the Lord. It was really great. And there's some Christian teachers there. It's like we always want to make sure there's follow-up. Yes. We don't want to just go in, pray with people, say, oh great, you're saved, and then just, you know, like a baby, leave them on the side of the road. Can't do that. So we always have people that are going to follow up with them. It's really very important, anywhere we're at. Okay, wait, and that's my friend Salam, who years ago, I met her when I first went to Kenya, and took her out. At that time I was taking people out and showing them how to street witness and stuff. And she has just taken off with it, and she's the one that came up with the pencil and eraser and sharpener story. So, okay. And that's us, you know, we go in, like I said, we went into every classroom, talked to the kids, prayed with them, and that. So as you can see, the school, if you can look at the floor, it's like it's all just, you know, there's just no, they have no money to repair or fix anything. It's just really sad. These kids work really hard. Yeah, they're just so sweet. Okay, that's the first grade kids eating lunch. Can you imagine your kids there? They're sitting there, in that eating lunch. Yeah, it's really sad. And it's the little guys. They're all holding up their thing. Okay, so then the Ark. I don't know if you guys remember the Ark Children's Home. It's in. It's about an hour from Nairobi, and it's in Kajabi. I forget now. I'm sorry. That's Miss Carolyn. She's a director. She's wonderful. We've been partners for a couple years now, and they're doing the same thing, turnover of kids, getting them fostered and all that. And just to let you know, in Kenya, they don't give you any money for fostering. If you can afford it, you foster it, but the government gives you nothing. So it's really from the heart.
Yes.
Okay, so every place we went, of course, we filled up the van with staples, you know, rice, flour, sugar, oil, whatever. This is right after COVID, and prices were, oh my goodness, I don't even know how people are eating. They were so high. Okay. So I got to I brought 2 salvation soccer balls with me. Do you remember the salvation bracelets that we used to make with the kids? Well, if you can see, the soccer ball has those colors, and you can do the whole salvation message with it. So I did that at this place, and I prayed for the kids for salvation, and then Miss Carolyn and a couple of the Christians that work there, they'll follow up with the kids. So yeah, it's really cool. Interesting, isn't it, how kids there stand for everything? They just stand for everything. Okay, Mombasa. This is our school we partner with in Mombasa, which is an hour plane ride on the coast from Nairobi. And Fred and Naomi are 2 of the most sacrificial people I've ever met. Their whole family lives in 2 rooms. It's him, his wife Naomi. They both teach at the school, and their 2 kids, and his mother, who had a stroke a couple of years ago. So, yeah, I mean, it's really a tough situation. And as you know, for you that are on the prayer chain. We've been having a lot of problems with the landlord, so please keep that in prayer. Next. Yeah, so that's Naomi, and bunch of the kids. And it's Fred over on the side there. And yes, and the lady on the end, she's a volunteer that comes and helps in the school. So this is a school, it's not an orphanage, but it's in it's in the poorest area of Mombasa. And it's, you know, we don't charge very much for the kids to come to school. It goes up, it's a PP1, which is preschool to 3rd grade. But it's still a stretch for the parents to pay. It's hard. Okay, so that's Kenya. A lot of other things, of course, went on, but I don't have pictures for everything, but we did a lot of outreach, which was really great. Yes, Tara?
So, those 400 students that you had pictures of, where are they and how do you guys connect with them? I mean, and how do they house 400 students outside?
It's a school.
I know, but is it outside? Is the school, like, do they sit outside?
No,
Is there
they have
a building?
it's 8 rooms
Okay.
with 400 kids.
Wow.
Most government school, the average class size is 90.
Now, they have to pay to go to school?
No, government schools you don't, for elementary school, but you do have to pay for high school. But for government schools, it's not very much. That's why most people try to get their kids into a private school or Christian school or whatever, because they know the education is not going to be great in a government school. I give these teachers a lot of credit. I can't imagine a classroom of 90 kids. But I mean, really, when the kids are working, you didn't hear anything. I mean, they really worked. They weren't messing around. They really worked. So it was great.
So, when you said, when you guys go to the other villages and you take staples, where does the money come from to purchase those things? From our donations or from other donations or?
Well, besides our church, I have other people that support, you know. So, yeah, and, you know, I have my business that money goes into that, and, yeah. So the more I raise to go, I can do more projects. That's, you know, the whole thing. I mean, you know, the main thing is to go and evangelize. The main thing is to tell people about Jesus and win souls and have people follow up with them. But Jesus also fed people and healed people and, you know, loved on people. So, you know, we do want to show them God's love in ways that they can actually, you know, see, and that's going to change their life. And we do a lot with the kids because they have a chance, you know. They have a chance to have a life.
Right. Now, the well that you said you guys need to build for her, what's her name's parents left her a home?
For Mama Florence, yeah.
Right, so she has water on her land, you said.
There's water on the land, but we don't have a borehole.
Right, but is it her land?
Yes, she inherited from her parents.
So if you guys get a borehole,
it'll serve the whole village.
Okay, and how much does it cost for a borehole?
About a lot, a real lot. I think the one we did at KKV was 20,000 because it's on sand. So I don't know. There's actually 2 different locations. The Ark. Actually, a gentleman in the States was financing the whole thing. And they hired somebody and he started it, and you can see the outside of the well and everything. And then it rained, so that filled with water. But it wasn't well water, it was rainwater. And this guy notified the guy in the States that he was done with the well and showed him a picture of it. And Carolyn told him, don't pay him, that's not well water, it's rainwater. Well, the guy paid him anyways, and there he goes. Now we still don't get part of a well, and that's it. Yeah. So we need one there, one there. We do have already $2,000, we got a $2,000 donation towards this, and it's in our mission fund now. So, yeah.
Why is it so expensive?
I'm not a construction person, but I don't know. But there is groups that I've been on the plane with that go over and build wells. You still have to, you know, you're digging into, you know, through the earth's core, you know, so rock and it cost money, you know. Yeah, but there is groups here, and I've gotten the name of a couple of them, and we will, you know, future going forward, be contacting them to see if they can, what we can do, what they can do to help.
Right.
So, yeah, this is a project that's coming up, but not here yet. We gotta get through everything else first. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Terry Miller had a question?
Terry asked
Oh,
Okay.
the question.
Okay, so we good for Kenya? Okay. Brazil. So then I came back from Kenya, and a couple weeks later, Carl and I took a team to Brazil. And my friends, Dodie and Jean Bryant, helped me make 100 packets, because I wanted to do the same thing with the kids down in Brazil. And that's us planning our strategy. Most of the Brazilians that partnered with us there speak English, which was great because they don't speak, most people do only speak Portuguese. They don't speak English. So it was really a blessing to work with them. It was an amazing Brazilian team. So this is where we stayed in Santarém. It took us about 24 hours to get there. 4 plane rides and a lot of long waits in the airport. So we get there, we're planning our leaving on the next day, so, okay, you can go to the next one. So we had to, we were going 2 hours down the Amazon River. When I was growing up, it was called the Amazon Jungle. Nowadays, kids don't know what that is, it's the rainforest. Does that make more sense, Justice? The rainforest, you guys talk about the rain, yeah, okay, so we say jungle, they say rainforest. So we had to take a ferry 2 hours down the Amazon River to the location that we were gonna build a small church with a group called Paz, it means peace. And this was, I think, around their 400th church they built on the Amazon River. And it'll seat about 100 people. And so there was okay, you can go to the next one, a team that was there before us. And I'm sorry, for some reason I messed that up. That picture was from Mombasa going to our school. So yeah, this is us going down the Amazon River. Okay. And then we get off the ferry, and then we had to drive to where we were gonna be. We didn't have to, it's on the water, but we had to drive part of the way. Because we have vans with equipment and food and everything, that we had to take everything with us. And of course, anywhere you are in Brazil or Africa, you have to stop for cows or sheep or monkeys or whatever. Every ride you take in the country, okay? So now, the team that came the week before, the time before us, they did the 4 walls, and then our task was the ceiling, the roof, and the floor. In all of this building, we only had one machine that we rented, and that was to finish off the concrete, or to do some kind of pounding, something that you can't really need a machine for. But otherwise, it was total manual labor. I was just amazed. I wish we could have taken a video of this. Amazed how they did this roof, and I mean, it was hard. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, there's a couple pictures of this, so. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so that's where we slept. In that banda there. Okay. And we slept in hammocks. I was a missionary in the 70s in Brazil, but I wasn't in this far north. And I was soaked the whole time I was there.
Oh, wow.
I felt like I just stepped out of the shower the whole time I was there. I was not acclimated at all, so I was drenched the whole time. I mean, people that live there just doesn't seem anything to them, but I was soaked the whole time I was there. But yeah, so we slept in hammocks, and the day that we were leaving, the night before we were going on the ferry to go there, I fell and injured my knee really bad. I didn't know how bad at the time because it was, well, there was really no doctors or anything. So, okay, after a couple of days, I just was having such a hard time. I mean, sleeping in a hammock with my knee, it was just torture. I was having such a difficult time, and then getting in and out of it and stuff. And so I went to Victoria. She's a Romanian woman who's been in Brazil as a missionary for 30 years. And she leads the whole thing. It was really great. So I went to her and I said, look, do you think maybe I can lay in the van at night? I just can't do this hammock. I just can't. It's just so painful. So she goes, hold that thought. She gets the Brazilian team. They pray over everything. Before they do anything, they get together and pray. And within a half an hour, they had taken those 3 coolers that we brought all the food and everything in, and found a mattress from, I have no idea where, and maybe a bed. So I got to sleep in that for the rest of the time, because I don't know if I would have made it had I not. So it was a real blessing. I mean, I wasn't really there for the building part, although I did help. You'll see, I carried debris and did whatever I could do, and I worked in the kitchen a lot to help out in there. Okay. So this is them, doing the roof. I mean, with ropes and guys climbing up there and doing all that. It was just amazing. Wow. So see those, looks like a triangle? Mm-hmm. So that's the, what do you call that, Pastor?
The A-frame?
A-frame.
Yeah, so the A-frame. They went into the rainforest, cut the trees, and then came back and brought it and had somebody come and, cut it all up, and that's what you're seeing there. Okay? So, yeah, there's Nia working on the floor. Okay.
Wow, that's a big section.
Mm-hmm. Pardon?
So it's pretty big.
Yeah, it'll seat about 100 people. Actually, they had the first service on Mother's Day after we left. Okay. So, and then we headed to the floor. That was the only machine I saw the whole time, them pounding down on that. So so there's the roof done, and it's kind of like that corrugated metal, So our team, a part of our money for the trip was paying for the floor and all the equipment for the floor, the supplies for the floor and the ceiling.
So is the floor concrete?
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So of course we had to buy, we had to get all that stuff.
Yeah, it is nice.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is just a funny aside. Those chickens, we used to tease them all the time, go, run, chicken, run, because you're gonna be dinner tonight. And they were. Okay. We got to see a dolphin.
Yeah.
A baby dolphin, actually. Okay, so a group of ladies that one of the girls knows, they made a bunch of dresses, and each dress had like a doll or like underwear or something, and then other different things for the teens, for older kids. And so one day, I was honestly getting a little discouraged. I'm like, Lord, I came here to evangelize, and I'm in so much pain. I don't know what to do. I want to go, but I'm having a really hard time. So these 2 girls were coming by. The school bus is a boat. So they were going to the bus, and the girl stops and says to Victoria, she was 13, can we talk to the lady with the red hair? And I'm looking around. I had just started putting this rinse in my hair. So I'm like, what are they talking about? Oh, me. Yeah, come. So Victoria translated stuff, and we talked and gave them the whole salvation message and stuff, and they brought kids every day we were there. We didn't even have to go. They brought people to us every day. So, it's like, well, you'll see what happened from that. So, okay, there's a couple more people. And yet some of the kids, they got the dresses, they were so excited. Okay. I mean, wasn't it sweet of those ladies? I mean, just so pretty. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's us sharing the word with them. And that's Victoria there, she's translating. Okay, now this is interesting to me. So this boy comes up to me, and I had seen him there. I didn't know really whose kid he was. I figured he was one of the, people, because some of the people from there, if you want them to build a church, you have to, it's kind of like Habitat for Humanity here. You have to participate, you have to help the builders and all that. So this boy, I was assuming was one of the boys of the parents. He was like 12 years old. And he came up to me and he goes, "Can you teach me how to do that?" And I'm like, with the pencil and eraser and stuff. And I go, "Yeah, sure." So I spent the whole afternoon with him, teaching him how to witness with those. And then I gave him one of the soccer balls and told him how to witness with that. And come to find out, he is the cell leader of 20 kids.
Wow.
Now they are going out.
Wow.
Do that. Because God doesn't need me, The word's gonna go out no matter what.
Yeah.
So these women, I didn't know, I thought they were just volunteers in the kitchen. I had no idea who they were, but they were so sweet. I mean, and they cooked every meal for us all week, just so sweet. So come to find out, the one on the very left, she works with Victoria as the head cook. The next lady is the pastor's wife of the church we were building, and the next lady is the boy that I taught, his mom, and they have 5 churches that they're over. So they came to me and said, "Can you teach us how to do that?" I'm like, "Yes." So I spent the whole next day with them, teaching them how to do that. Now Victoria's sending me pictures and testimonies of how they're going out now and doing all that. So it really made me feel good. I didn't feel so useless. Okay.
He brought them to you.
Yes, amen, dear. Yeah, so that's us sharing with the kids. That's part of the Brazilian team. They actually, 2 teams before us built a bathroom. It was so nice to have a real toilet. That's me. So like I said, I couldn't do a lot, but I carried stuff and moved stuff and swept and did whatever I could do. I did a lot of dishes. This is where the bus comes to get the kids, the boat bus. But it is beautiful. Yeah, that's me. I was doing dishes. Oh, and on the right is the 2 of the boys of somebody in there. You'll see them at the school. We were able to do some schools. Okay, so this is us at the school. And so we're doing the same thing with them.
Now, your soccer balls that you talk about, are they actual soccer balls or are they paper things that you?
No, I buy them, so it's, Alex is from ministry, it's called John 3:16, and a guy from the States actually started it. They're in 22 countries. So I ordered the balls through them.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually, when I first saw the ball, I thought, this is kind of weird. I couldn't figure out what it was, I'm thinking, is it some kind of country symbol or something? Then I realized it's the same as the salvation bracelets. So yeah. And I got to pray over a lot of the kids. So then this is the, so the schools are kind of separated. So this is a smaller one, and it's the younger kids. It's kindergarten first and second grade. Those are the moms standing outside listening to the message. So that was cool. Aren't they adorable?
Yeah.
So cute. Of course, we always teach kids songs too when we go. No matter where you are in the world, people love music.
Yes.
Okay, and that's sharing with the kids. And now then, these are the teens. So the girl on I think the very right is the first one that came and then started bringing the other teenagers and kids to us. Yeah, it's the girl on the right there. And as you can tell, I just soaked.
Was it very humid?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it was like like I said, I'd never been that far north. Joseph was born in Recife, which is not as far north as here. It's pretty far north, but it's more on the coast. So this is right in the Amazon jungle. Yeah, it's like you feel like you're in a sauna all the time. Again, I say thank you to you all, and, yeah, let's really try to support, Pastor Connor and Jesse and Tony, as, you know, they're gonna be going, and, pray that, you know, they really have the vision, what they're going to do there. Without a vision, the people perish, right? So we're
Right.
gonna have a vision of, we're gonna do it, and they, believe me, definitely need, our prayer support. So important. But thank you, love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.